Okay, guys, today we're talking about options. And an option is a tool that's used to hedge or it can be used to gain greater exposure to the market. So I can use it to protect a position I already own, or I can use it in anticipation of a move either upwards or downwards of a stock without owning it outright. So the equity option, it gives the buyer of the option the right to buy or to sell the underlying security. So I could buy a call and have the right to buy, let's say, Apple stock. I could own a put option, which is the right to sell that same stock. Now, each option contract guarantees you the right to buy or sell 100 shares of the underlying security. Okay. And when you get one of these contracts, you're going to specify the strike price or the price at which you're willing to buy or sell that security. Now, all options contracts have an expiration date. And in the different styles of options, you can either execute that trade anytime before the expiration date, or there's some type of options where you can only execute on the expiration date. And we'll get into that difference later. Now, the main thing that drives the options prices are driven by three main factors, and the price of an option is referred to as a premium, which I'll define later. Okay, so the main factors of the option price, it's the underlying securities price. Okay, so the price of a call option with the strike price of 250 for Apple depends on how close Apple is trading to 250. If it's over 250, okay, the call is going to be worth more. If it's under 250, the call is going to be worth less. And we'll get into examples to explain that in later videos. Okay, now the other thing that affects the options premium is the amount of time before the option expires. The more time that's left in the contract, the more expensive the option premium is going to be. And the other thing that's also making a lot of options more expensive right now is volatility. So there's volatility all over the place. It's crazy times. So that's baked into the prices of a lot of call and put options throughout the market. Now, equity options are normally what people will buy or sell, either thinking that a stock or an ETF is going to move, or wanting to protect downside position. So protecting downside position is referred to as a hedge, but you could use this to lever your exposure because you can have exposure to 100 shares of a security at a fraction of the cash requirement. Now, index options are bets based off of what I think the Dow Jones or the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ 100 are going to be doing. So I can buy an index option. I can think that the S&P 500 will go up, so I could buy a call, or I'm scared that the S&P 500 is going to go down, so I could buy a put. Now, the strike price is the price that we've agreed between the buyer and seller, that if we're going to execute this option, this is the price I'm willing to that we're going to pay. Okay, I'm going to buy it to you at this fixed price. You're going to sell it to me at that fixed price. Okay. Now, the next two terms are going to be kind of together. Is once we've exchanged the contract, we've agreed on the strike price. Now it's up to the buyer. The buyer has the right to exercise the option. Okay, they're not obligated to, but they have the right to. So if it's in the owner of the option's best interest, they can execute the option and either buy 100 shares or sell 100 shares in the case of either a call or a put. Now, once the owner of the option has exercised the option, then the person who sold it to them has to assign the shares. So if I bought a call or the right to buy a stock at, let's say, $50, and the stock went up to 100, then I can exercise the option, and the person who sold me the option is obligated to sell me that underlying security for $50 a share. Okay, so you can see the power of options when they work in your favor. Okay, but options, if the stock underlying security doesn't move, options expire worthless. Okay, now premium, like I said before, you might have heard the term when talking about insurance. So it has been at times used as insurance policies or as a hedge to a position. Okay, so the premium we're paying for an option is I'm willing to pay $4 for this contract to protect 100 shares that I own. So the options premium consists of two pieces. So if we can analyze, is the stock in the money? Okay, and that means would it be profitable to exercise this option right now? Can I go buy the security or sell the security at a better price than what the market is saying I can? If uh, if there is in the money value, it's called intrinsic value. But anything, if there is no intrinsic value, then what we're really paying for is time before the end of the contract. Now, I know this doesn't make a whole lot of sense right now, but at least read through the definition. When we get into actual numbers of calculations, these will start to make a little bit more sense.